Everyone, welcome back to Belmont Bunch. We actually just got done doing our weekly recap when the Islanders have gone out and acquired Kyle Palmieri and Travis Zajac from the New Jersey Devils in exchange for our first-round pick this year. That's from Arthur Staple. And kind of some rapid reaction on this. So Kyle Palmieri has 17 points in 34 games. Which is, fine. It's not like a number that's going to blow you away. But this year, possession stat-wise, because I had brought that up a few weeks ago when we talked about possession stats, he's 51.4, so he's a positive on the year. I know career-wise he's not a positive. He's 48. But for me, I think even though it's a first-round pick, it's going to sound a little bit weird, but I don't think it's high risk. And why is that? If you're the Islanders, you're probably thinking, well, first of all, you're going to make the playoffs, right? So that first round pick has lost some value there. And if you're a team that thinks you can go far in the playoffs, like I'm sure Lou Lamoriello and the Islanders think, then this is basically giving up a second round pick. If you go to the conference finals again, this is giving up the 28th pick. So I think it's worth the risk. And I think I said this maybe a couple weeks ago, but if there's any year to go in, I would say it's this year. And Kyle Palmieri, kind of eyeballing, first of all, his contract is a rental. Perfect. That's what I've been talking about. We don't have the money to get a guy that still has term on his contract, because Anders Lee, when he comes back next year, that's $7 million back on the books. So you basically just need a guy for the stretch run in the playoffs. So Palmieri, from that perspective, makes a lot of sense. He's a right winger, shoots right-handed. They might just throw him on the first line on his off wing, but that's not the end of the world. Kyle Palmieri is from Smithtown, New York, which is kind of cool. So we'll see. And Lou, I think we probably all knew Lou wasn't going to go out and get a pure offensive player, because both he and Trotz seem to agree that every player on their team needs to be able to play some sort of defense, and Kyle Palmieri is not a bad defender. Now, the other part of this deal, Travis Zajac, he has 18 points on the year. To me, that's a little bit shocking that he's outscoring Palmieri. But Zajac, it's good center depth, if anything. It's just he's 35. This is yet another player who's played his whole career with the Devils that we've stolen for his first twilight for a cup run, hopefully. So Lou is rescuing his men from Jersey. I'm not getting all over Jersey. It's just not their year. But his possession numbers career-wise are 81.3. Corsi this year is 50.9. So he's a positive possession player. I know he takes a lot of faceoffs, so it's a depth pickup. It's basically insurance for Pajot. Now, the interesting thing for me, and this is very last minute that we're because we just found out about it right out of the video, so I'm like desperately looking for where his contract is. All right, Travis Zajac. All right, he is also a rental, so this is a good. I think it's a good move for the Isles. I don't see much risk. And also, I think I've talked about the first-round pick in a year where prospects weren't able to play because of the pandemic. The draft is going to be a crapshoot anyway, so I have no issue with it, really, at all. Do I wish maybe we aimed a little higher in terms of like scoring? Yeah, I'm okay. I would have liked Taylor Hall, but I have faith that Barry can fit this. If Barry can get Leo Komarov to play first line, he can get Kyle Palmieri to play first line. So that's pretty much what I got. This is fine for me. This is a decent move, and I think it's good for the Islanders to get out there and get aggressive before the deadline, because teams are going to be battling over Taylor Hall, and a little bit of just a sense of like, okay, here we are. This is the move, and just gotta basically roll with it, because I would think that this is the only move now that our first round pick has been traded. The only thing left that you could possibly, if Lou really wanted to go for it, if he traded like Bellows and one of the seconds we got from the Taves trade for like Hall, that'd probably be too little considering the first round got Palmieri. But it depends on how the Buffalo would think of Bellows in that situation. Anyway, Jersey, it looks like Jersey is also, I'm sorry, I keep getting these tweets. So it looks like Jersey is going to retain cap. They're going to retain money so that the Islanders are cap compliant this year, which is to be expected. And yeah, this is like a solid like 7 out of 10 move. If they had gotten Hall and it cost the same, I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10. But this has the potential to be something really good. Two guys that probably fit a Trotz system. They're two-way players, and that's something the Islanders obviously find to be an integral thing, is acquiring players that can play a two-way game. Look at Pajot. Kills penalties, plays on the power play. And Palmieri, I actually don't know a ton about whether he's going to be on the penalty kill at all. I would guess not. But we'll see how Trotz deploys them. And yeah, I think the only downside would be maybe fans wishing they had aimed higher. Whew, that's all I got.